Good evening. This is Akashwani and I am Nishit Kumar with the news at 9. The headlines. Railway Board seeks CBI inquiry into train accident in Balasore, Odisha. Death toll revised to 275. Railways make special arrangements at helpline number 139 to provide correct information to kin of deceased and stranded passengers. Condolence messages from world leaders continue to pour in. Centre appoints Commission of Inquiry to look into incidents of violence in Manipur. And in badminton, world number 2 South Korea's An Se-young bags her 4th women's singles Super Series title at Thailand Open. And now the news in detail. The Railway Ministry has recommended a CBI inquiry into Friday's tragic train accident involving Coromandel Express at Bahanga in Balasore district of Odisha. Talking to media in Balasore, Railways Minister Ashwini Vaishnaw said the Railway Board has recommended a CBI inquiry to find out the root cause of the accident and persons responsible for the same.
जिस सिचुएशन में दुर्घटना हुई है और जो परिस्थितियां हैं उन सबको ध्यान में रखते हुए जो कुछ अब तक का एडमिनिस्ट्रेटिव इन्फॉर्मेशन मिली है आगे के इन्वेस्टिगेशन के लिए पूरे मामले को सीबीआई के पास देने का रेलवे बोर्ड की तरफ से रिकमेंडेशन किया जा रहा है.
Mr. Vaishnaw said restoration work is going on and normal train services would resume by Wednesday morning. Odisha Chief Secretary Pradeep Jaina said the death toll in the tragedy has been revised to 275 after accounting for certain double counts.
कल जो रिपोर्ट आया था उसमें कुछ डबल काउंटिंग था. फाइनल जो डेथ फिगर है वो 288 नहीं 275. 78 जो डेड बॉडीज है उनका आइडेंटिफिकेशन हो चुका है और उनका रिश्तेदारों को ये सौंप दिया गया है और 10 डेड बॉडी इस बीच में आज 9 बजे के बाद अभी तक 10 डेड बॉडी का पहचान हो चुका है और उनका जो रिश्तेदार है उनको हैंडिंग ओवर प्रक्रिया चालू रहा है.
The state is facing a morgue crunch as a large number of unclaimed dead bodies have piled up at different mortuaries. Many bodies have been kept at AIIMS, Bhubaneswar and a few others in several hospitals in the state capital. Health Minister Mansukh Mandavia, Railway Minister Ashwini Vaishnaw and Education Minister Dharmendra Pradhan today visited the SCB Medical College and Hospital in Cuttack and inquired about the health condition of the injured. Meanwhile, a special train started from Bhadrak this afternoon that would run up to Chennai on the Coromandel Express route for the stranded passengers and their relatives. Odisha Chief Minister Naveen Patnaik has announced a free bus service to Kolkata from Puri, Bhubaneswar and Cuttack. This special arrangement would continue till restoration of normal train services on the accident route. Bihar government has made special arrangements to provide assistance to affected passengers, families of the deceased and the injured in Balasore rail accident. Talking to Akashwani News, Secretary State Disaster Management Department Sanjay Kumar Agrawal said 66 passengers have been brought back from Odisha on 2 buses. He informed that a 24-hour helpline has been made functional for people seeking any kind of help.
कुल 8 लोगों की मृत्यु की सूचना प्राप्त हो चुकी है जिनकी डेड बॉडीज को आइडेंटिफाई कर लिया गया है जिसमें से 3 डेड बॉडीज बिहार पहुंच भी चुकी है और इसके अलावा 53 लोग इंजर्ड हैं जो विभिन्न अस्पतालों में उनका इलाज चल रहा है और वो अभी सभी आइडेंटिफाइड हो गए. उन सबकी लिस्ट हम लोगों ने पब्लिश कर दी है. हम लोगों ने जो कंट्रोल रूम का नंबर जारी किया था उसमें 46 लोगों ने अपने परिजनों के मिसिंग होने की सूचना उपलब्ध करवाई है. तो वो सूचना हम लोगों ने उड़ीसा के साथ शेयर कर ली है और उन्होंने फोटोग्राफ शेयर किए हैं. हम लोग के पास जो लोग मृतक हैं उनके फोटोग्राफ्स आ गए. हम लोगों ने सभी जिला अधिकारी को भेजे हैं.
The helpline numbers are 22942004 and 22942005. A dedicated mobile number 7070290170 has also been issued for the people. The railways have made special arrangements at helpline number 139 to facilitate family, friends and relatives of deceased persons and passengers stranded in the tragic train accident in Odisha. A team of senior officers is manning the helpline 24/7 to provide all relevant details to callers after coordinating with the zonal railways and state government. This service will ensure prompt disbursal of enhanced ex gratia announced by the Railways Minister. 10 lakh rupees each enhanced ex gratia has been announced for the next of the kin of those killed, 2 lakh rupees each for those grievously injured and 50,000 rupees each for minor injuries. The Railways is paying the ex gratia amount at 7 locations. These are Soro, Kharagpur, Balasore, Khantapada, Bhadrak, Cuttack and Bhubaneswar. The aim of the helpline is to provide a helping hand and to give correct and satisfactory information to the aggrieved passengers and their kin in this trying time. Condolence messages from around the world continue to pour in. UN Secretary-General Antonio Guterres expressed sadness at the loss of lives in the accident. In a statement, Mr. Guterres extended his deep condolences to the families of the victims as well as the people and the government of India. He wished a swift and full recovery to the injured. US President Joe Biden said he is heartbroken by the train crash. In a statement, he said the United States and India share deep bonds rooted in the ties of family and culture that unite the two nations. He said people all across America mourn alongside the people of India. Pope Francis also expressed grief over the tragedy and said he is praying for the families of the deceased and the injured. In Bihar, a portion of an under-construction bridge over the Ganga River collapsed today. The Aguwanhi Ghat Sultanganj Bridge is part of a project to provide road connectivity between the districts of Khagaria and Bhagalpur. Another part of the bridge collapsed during gusty winds in November last year. Officiating District Magistrate of Bhagalpur, Kumar Anurag, told Akashvani News that no casualty has been reported in the incident. This is Akashvani giving you the news. For quick news updates around the clock, follow us on our Twitter handle at AIR News Alerts. Welcome back. The central government has appointed a commission of inquiry to look into the incidents of violence in Manipur. The three-member commission will be chaired by former Chief Justice of Guwahati High Court, Justice Ajay Lamba. The commission includes retired IAS officer Himanshu Shekhar Das and retired IPS officer Alok Prabhakar as members. The commission will probe causes and spread of the violence and riots targeting members of different communities. They will examine the sequence of events leading to and all the facts relating to such violence and assess if there were any lapses or dereliction of duty by responsible authorities. The commission is required to submit its report to the central government within 6 months from the date of its first sitting. The headquarters of the commission will be located in Imphal. In the meantime, combined security forces in the state devastated the base camp of United Kuki Liberation Army UKLF at Nazareth, situated at the adjoining area of Chandel and Kakching districts. The force rushed to the spot today and a heavy exchange of fire took place near Nazareth camp for a long time. The security forces were able to flush out suspected Kuki militants from the camp this afternoon. The search operation was undergoing at the camp. Separately, an exchange of fire was also taking place near Phayang village under Imphal West district when reports last came in. Home Minister Amit Shah has appealed to the people of Manipur to lift blockades at the Imphal-Dimapur National Highway 2. In a tweet, the minister emphasized the critical importance of unimpeded access to essential supplies such as food, medicines, fuel and other necessary items for the well-being of the people in the state. Expressing his concern over the situation, Mr. Shah called upon the civil society organizations to play their part in facilitating a consensus among all stakeholders. He highlighted that normalcy can be restored in the state only by working together. Union Minister of State for Health and Family Welfare Bharati Praveen Pawar has called for integrating and strengthening One Health-based surveillance system as the threat of pandemics is far from over. She was addressing the inaugural session of the third G20 Health Working Group meeting in Hyderabad today.
Our battle against the COVID-19 pandemic for the last 3 years has underscored the importance of collaboration and partnerships. The pandemic also highlighted that these partnerships are most fruitful only when developed during peacetime and not amidst an ongoing pandemic, and that we need to focus on creating resilient health systems with primary health as its cornerstone.
Our correspondent reports that the two-day meeting is being attended by top officials, representatives from the G20 member countries, special invitee countries, international organizations, forums and partners such as WHO, World Bank and World Economic Forum. Speaking on the occasion, Union Tourism Minister G. Kishan Reddy said that the government is committed to universal health care for all by 2030.
There can be not a better platform than the G20 to support, harness and facilitate the power of universal health care to build a healthy and a motivated world. I truly hope that our discussions over the course of the G20 Health Working Group deliberations will be fruitful.
U.S. Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin arrived in New Delhi today on a two-day visit to India to discuss ways to further expand bilateral strategic engagement ahead of Prime Minister Narendra Modi's trip to Washington. Raksha Mantri Rajnath Singh will discuss a number of new defense cooperation projects with Mr. Austin tomorrow. It will be Mr. Austin's second visit to India, the previous one being in March 2021. German Federal Minister of Defense Boris Pistorius is also arriving in New Delhi on a four-day visit to India tomorrow. Raksha Mantri will hold bilateral talks with his German counterpart on Tuesday. Pradhan Mantri Mudra Yojana has completed 8 years of its existence. During these 8 years, commercial banks, small finance banks, microfinance institutions and non-banking financial companies have provided loans worth 24 lakh crore rupees to more than 40 crore beneficiaries. Our Raipur correspondent has filed this report.
Prime Minister Narendra Modi launched the Pradhan Mantri Mudra Yojana on April 8, 2015 with the aim of providing collateral-free microcredit up to Rs 10 lakh to non-corporate, non-farm small and micro enterprises. In the last 8 years, this scheme has proved to be a boon for small entrepreneurs. Especially women have got a lot of benefit from this scheme. 68% of accounts under the scheme belongs to women entrepreneurs, while 51% belongs to entrepreneurs from SC/ST and OBC categories. This scheme has three categories: the Shishu stage, the Kishore stage and the Tarun stage. In Chhattisgarh, so far about 7 lakh accounts have been opened under this scheme. A loan amount of Rs 6,300 crore has been sanctioned and a loan of Rs 6,200 crore has been dispersed in the state. Any individual who has a business plan for a small business enterprise can avail of credit under the scheme. Vikalp Shukla, Akashvani News, Raipur.
Veteran actress Sulochana Latkar passed away in Mumbai this evening. She was 94. Ms. Latkar was popularly known as Sulochana Didi in Bollywood and Marathi film industry. She was not feeling well for the last few days and was on a ventilator. Her last rites will be performed at Shivaji Park Crematorium tomorrow. Noted theatre actor and director Amir Raza Hussain has breathed his last. He was 66. Hussain was known for his large outdoor stage productions such as The 50-Day War, based on the Kargil War, and The Legend of Ram. The India Meteorological Department IMD has forecast that hailstorms are likely to occur in isolated places of Odisha, Madhya Maharashtra and West Madhya Pradesh today. It stated that Tamil Nadu, Kerala and the Andaman and Nicobar Islands are also likely to witness heavy rainfall today and tomorrow. According to the IMD, the onset of the monsoon over Kerala is slightly delayed this year compared to the normal date. It also mentioned that the heat wave over Bihar will continue till the 8th of this month. A heat wave is likely to prevail over West Bengal, Sikkim and northeast Jharkhand during this period. In badminton, world number 2 South Korean An Se-young claimed her 4th women's singles Super Series title on the BWF World Tour this season at the Thailand Open in Bangkok today. She defeated China's He Bingjiao in straight games 21-10, 21-19. This was Young's 7th final berth in a row. In the men's singles, Thai shuttler Kunlavut Witted-Cern secured the Thailand Open title for the first time in his career today, becoming the only men's singles player in the Badminton World Tour to have won more than one tournament this year. He defeated Lee Seok-yu of Hong Kong in straight sets, 21-12, 21-10 in the final. And now, before we end the bulletin, the headlines once again. Railway Board seeks CBI inquiry into train accident in Balasore, Odisha. Death toll revised to 275. Railways make special arrangements at helpline number 139 to provide correct information to kin of deceased and stranded passengers. Condolence messages from world leaders continue to pour in. Centre appoints Commission of Inquiry to look into incidents of violence in Manipur. And in badminton, world number 2 South Korea's An Se-young bags her 4th women's singles Super Series title at Thailand Open. For details of these stories and more, log on to our website newsonair.gov.in and News on AIR app. And that's all in the news at 9. Good night.